Good morning, children. As you know, this chapter, like Ivan Strike and O level, is just going on, and today we are just going to continue the fifth part of this chapter, Ivan Strike and O level. Right? So let's see it from page number 82. Stephens shouted wildly for Jackson. Wildly here means madly. So Stephen, second jail officer, he shouted madly for Jackson. He wanted to call Jackson, and the words appeared to penetrate the curtain of blood that veiled McLary's ears. Penetrate here means enter. Right now you'll see the words appear to enter the curtain of blood that veiled McLary's ears. Veiled here means cover McLary's ears. For the minister's hand, ministers here means the priest's hands felt feebly or searched. Felt feebly means minister's hand searched for a handkerchief from his pocket. That minister, like Mr. Stuart McLary, he searched his pocket. Why? Because he wanted to take out his handkerchief to use it, and held it to his bleeding head, and he held that handkerchief to his bleeding head. The blood seeping slowly. Seeping here means absorbing. The blood which was seeping, it absorbed by that white linen. White linen, linen is the cloth, okay? Cloth that was in white color. I will say white linen hanky was there. So he put that white linen hanky on his head and it seeped the blood. He gave a long low moan. Moan here means groan, means cry in pain. That is Stuart McLary, he just gave a long moan and tried to speak. He wanted to speak something. He was in pain, and then but his voice trailed away, but he could not complete his words. Trailed means dragged. His voice, his sound dragged away, means even he could not complete. And by the time Jackson had already arrived, at the same time, Mr. Jackson, the senior jail officer, he arrived. And dispatch here means sent Stephens to ring the police and the ambulance. And then Mr. Jackson, the senior jail officer, he just intimated that Stephens, second jail officer, better to call the police as well as the ambulance. If the police is coming, ambulance is reaching there, so Mr. Stuart McLary, he will just go into it and just will be hospitalized. That was the purpose. The handkerchief was sticky. The handkerchief which Stuart McLary he put it on his head from where the blood was flowing. Right now it became sticky and squelchy pose of cloth. Squelchy means lump of, pose of cloth here means solid cloth, and that just folded white linen hanky, it became just like a lump of solid cloth. McLary slowly raised himself. Stuart McLary, he slowly raised himself from his place. His face twisted tightly with pain. The face of Stuart McLary twisted in a pain. It seemed that injury was there, he was feeling it too bad. And did not worry about the ambulance man. I am alright, I am alright. Here, that Stuart McLary told, did not worry about the ambulance. Deny here means don't worry about the ambulance. Don't call for the ambulance. And then he said, I am alright, I am alright. Get the police means call the police only. I know where he means dot is given there. Where he means where he wants is. I know him well. Better instead of calling the ambulance, you call the police. And police will search him where he is, and I know about the Evans where he is right now. He closed his eyes and another drip of blood means that is Stuart McLary. He closed his eyes and another drip means drop of blood that splashed means spattered like a huge red raindrop on the wooden floor, because blood was just seeping out from the head and it just like a red raindrop, it fell on the wooden floor. His hand felt along the table, and the hand of McLary just he felt alongside of the table, found the German question paper, and from the table he just got a German question paper, and then grasped his, held it tightly, held the question paper tightly, firmly in his hand, in his blood-stained hand. What he said? Get the governor, please call the governor. I know where Evans is. Better call the governor. Almost immediately, sirens were sounding. Sounding here means ringing. Almost immediately, very soon, the sirens they were sounding, they were ringing, and prison officers barked orders. And the jail officers, prison officers, they were giving orders. They were passing the orders always. They were puzzled. Puzzled prisoners pushed their way along the corridor and to hear the sound of the sirens. All the prisoners in the jail, they were just trying to run away here and there, even they gathered in the corridors of the jail. Doors were banged, doors were bolted loudly, and phones were ringing everywhere, and there was the sound of cell phone, even it was heard everywhere. And within a minute, McLary with Jackson and Stephens, here McLary the invigilator with Jackson and Stephens supporting him on either side. His face now streaked is made a line and kept with drying blood, and the blood which already dried on his face, it was looking like a cake. Okay? Then was greeted in the prison yard by the governor, and that kind of Stuart McLary, he was greeted warmly, he was welcomed warmly in the prison yard by the governor, perplexed and grim. We must get you to hospital immediately. I just don't want to stay here any longer. That governor told that we must want to admit you as soon as possible to the hospital to get you well. ये है call the police means you have called the police means have you called the police. That means invigilator Mr. Stuart McLary, you should know, dear children, he wanted police only, not the ambulance, because he was little bit okay. Therefore, if the police is reaching there, only that McLary will just guide the police that where they can find the ones like criminal. And then yes, they are on their way. They are coming. They are in the way. But you will have to wait. I am all right. I am well. I am all right. Look here. Awkwardly, he opened the German question paper. Awkwardly, he opened the German question paper and thrust it before the governor's face. And then, opening that question paper, he thrust it on the face of the governor. It's there. And do you see what I mean? Do you understand what I mean? What I wanted to tell you, understand? The governor looked down. Here, the governor of the HM Prison Oxford, he looked down and realized what McLary was trying to tell him. And then he understood what was the thing about which McLary, the invigilator, wanted to intimate him, wanted to tell him. Right? A photocopied sheet, okay, that had been carefully and very cleverly superimposed. Superimposed means pasted. Very cleverly and very carefully. A photocopy sheet was superimposed, was pasted on the last originally blank page of the question paper. Means that question paper, the last page which was totally blank, on that page very carefully and cleverly one page was superimposed, one photocopy was pasted. Yes, see, you understand what they have done, Governor. You see, understand. His voice trailed off again. Trailed means dragged off again. Even he could not complete the sentence. He could not complete all the words what he wanted to tell the governor. As the governor dredging here means exploring, searching. As the governor of HM Prison Oxford, he was just dredging or searching the layers of long neglected learning. Desired himself to translate the German text before him. German text. So the first two lines of this para, they have been written in German. So you have no idea what the German language is, okay, but at least I will tell you the meaning given below. It says, sie stolen dem ist kon verabredeten plan genau folgen ein derwisch jetpon is direct maintain or ende des examens. Means the meaning is you must follow the plan given in the line. You work according to plan. But important thing is 3 minutes before the exam is over. But some. Don't beat him harshly. Remember, he is a priest and hurdle pronunciation. So we will not do more than need when. That is the meaning. Over. A fast approaching siren wailed. Wailed here means cried. A fast approaching siren. The sound of a car. The wailing its sound that reached there to its crescendo. Crescendo here means highest pitch of sound. Means the sound of the siren, it was crescendo. It was just blaring at the highest pitch. Okay. Great doors of the prison yard were pushed back, and a white police car squealed. Squealed made a bloody crying. So white police car squealed to a jerky halt beside them, where these people like Jackson, senior jail officer, and Stephen, second jail officer, and the governor, they were at the same place. One car came there, a car is there and stopped beside them. Okay, so Detective Superintendent Carter. Right now, this is the next character, Detective Superintendent Carter. Carter is the name. Swung here means he sprang himself out of the passenger seat and saluted the governor. What the hell is happening, sir? What happened? What kind of incident happened? And turning to McLeary, cries, oh my God, looking at the head of McLeary, oh my God, what happened to him? His hand was, and then cries, who has hit him? But McLeary cut across whatever explanation the governor might have given. Elsfield Way officer, I know where Evans is. He was just breathing heavily and leaned for support against the side of the car. That is what McLeary, he was leaning at the car, and for the support he put his hand there on it. Where the imprint here means the trace or the mark of his hand was left in the tarnished crimson. Tarnished here means discolored, crimson means deep red color. Where that is to what McLeary, the invigilator, he put his hand, fingers on the car to take the support. Even he left the deep red color trace mark there on it. In bewilderment, in amazement, in surprise, Detective Carter looked to the governor for guidance. What? Take him with you if you think he will be alright. So he is the only one who seems to know what is happening. And Detective Carter opened the back door and helped McLeary to come inside, because right now all of them, they are just going in search of that boy criminal, the captive, like Evans. McLeary was also inside, and within a few seconds the car leaped away. Leaped away here means that moved very fast in a spurt of gravel. Spurt here means that is jet. Spurt means jet of gravel. Gravel means small pieces of stones. Very soon the car that sprung, that spurt, that jet of the gravel or the small stones, the car is there. Where a heap of the small pieces of stones or the gravels were kept, the car is there very soon. Elsfield Way, McLeary had said. What the location of Evans was told by the invigilator, Mr. Stuart McLeary. Even that McLeary said, that boy like Evans, perhaps he has gone to Elsfield Way. The place is there, and there it was staring up at the governor from the last few lines of the German text, and then it was staring up at the governor from the last few lines of the German text. German text actual words from Elsfield Way. When you reach the Elsfield Way first, from there drive to the Haddington roundabout. Elsfield Way, better you will have to drive and go to Haddington roundabout. That is the place where means dotted is given there, where you can meet Evans, you can arrest Evans, you may catch Evans. Yeah, of course, the examinations board was in Elsfield Way. Where was the examination board? Perhaps the examination board, which has already allowed for the examination of the boy like Evans. Where it was situated? It was at Elsfield Way only. And someone from the board must have been involved. Someone from the board, any employee of the examination board might have already included in the incident to help or to escape plan from the very beginning to the boy like Evans. The question paper itself, the correction slip itself, and that was the reason that they were planning. And any employee, any member of the examination board, he is involved in escaping that boy like Evans from the jail. The governor turned to Jackson and Stephens. I don't need to tell you what's happened, do I? Here, the governor turned to Mr. Jackson and Stephens, both of the jail officers who are there, and says, I don't need to tell you what has happened, do I need? So his voice sounded, the voice of the governor, that sounded, even the pitch of its sound was almost calm in its scathing contempt. Scathing here means scornful, hatred. Contempt here means disgrace. Even governor's sounds were full of hatred, full of scorn and disgrace. And which one of you two morons? Morons, the word is given here. Morons means foolish. To whom he is saying that you are the two morons? According to that governor, like Stephens and the Jackson, they were the foolish. You were the two morons. Was it who took Evans for a nice little walk to the main gate and waved him bye-bye? Means here especially he is just indicating that Stephen, the second jail officer, just according to my order, you went to the main jail of the prison and only to say bye-bye and waved your hand. It was me, sir, stammered Stephen. Here, so Stephen, he stammered. Stammered means stuttered. Stuttered, spoken clearly. Sir, it was me. I was there only with that. Just like you told me, sir, and I could have sworn. Sworn here means swear, having an oath. What? Just like I told you, you say, what the hell? Hellish thing you are telling. Hellish thing you are talking. When you rang, sir, and told me to, means sir, when you call on phone, when you rang and given me the order, when was that? When that ring came there, when the phone came there, the governor's voice was a whip slash now. Whip slash means stroke of a whip. Even the governor was highly surprised to think that even I did not make a call to Stephen. But who made the call? It was a matter of amazement for the governor of HM Prison, Oxford. Therefore, right now the idea is coming to the governor that perhaps something under planning has already been done here, and the boy like Evans has already escaped. You know, sir, about 20 past 11, just before, you blithering idiot. Blithering here means talking. Idiot, foolishly, man. It was not me who rang you. Even the governor telling, man, I did not call you, I did not ring you. Don't you realize? Don't you understand? But what was the use? What was the use of that calling? What was the use of that instruction there? He had used the telephone at that time, but only to try unsuccessfully once more to get through to the examination board only. But I did not call you. I did not intimate anything. I did not give any instruction to you. He shook his head in growing despair. And then what the despair, what the dejection, what the sadness was there, it was growing repeatedly. and he shook his head and he gave the negative answer and turned on the senior prison officer, Miss Mr. Jackson. Right now, what the conversation was going on with second jail officer Mr. Stephens. Right now it's over and this man like governor of HM prison Oxford, he is just talking towards Mr. Jackson, senior jail officer, and right now he is talking. As for you Mr. Jackson, how long have you been pretending you have got a brain? Means you are without brain, you are really brainless man, but you are telling even for a long time that you have brain, you have mind, you have knowledge, you have senses to understand. It's totally foolish. Well, I shall tell you something, Jackson. Your skull is empty. Your skull, your brain, that is totally empty. Nothing is there in your mind. Absolutely empty. And then it was Jackson who had spent 2 hours in Ivan's cell. It was Mr. Jackson who spent 2 hours already. Means as per order of Mr. Governor of HM Prison Oxford, means 2 days before at evening time, that senior jail officer Mr. Jackson, he was already sent to the cell of that boy like Evans to search out to ransack out very thoroughly that any weapon, any illegal things, any weapon have already been brought by this boy in the cell or not. He ransacked everything. And then a previous evening, and it was Jackson who had confidently reported that Mr. Jackson who confidently reported that there was nothing hidden away there. Means not a single item is there in that Ivan's cell. He reported like this confidently. He reported it in full faith. Nothing at all. And yet Evans had somehow managed to conceal not only a false beard, and yet Evans had somehow managed. Evans the boy, the culprit, he had already somehow managed to conceal not only a false beard. Somehow what he managed? To conceal, to hide artificial beard, false beard. And another item, a pair of spectacles. A dark color means a priest collar was also there, and all the rest of his clerical paraphernalia means equipment, clerical means of the priest, and he managed all the paraphernalia, all the equipment related to that priest, but also some sort of weapon with which he had given McLeary such a terrible blow across the head, and also he had just already concealed or hid some type of weapon, hard weapon, with which he had already given McLeary such a terrible blow across the head by which he got the injury. Or a prison man backed alongside. At the same time, when the conversation is going on between Governor of HM Prison Oxford and senior jail officer Mr. Jackson, at the same time a prison man that backed alongside, that reached there, but the governor made no immediate move. The governor made no immediate action. Move here means action. Immediately he could not take any action. He looked down again at the last line of the German. So that governor looked again at the last line of the German. What was written? To the Haddington roundabout, where you go straight over and make your way to New Graven. From Haddington roundabout, you should go to the New Graven. New Graven is the place. Then New Graven, where on earth? Right now he was hearing it first time. In New Graven. New Graven was the place where on earth, where it can be. So new something, new grave, not New Graven. So never heard of it. I have never heard about it. And there was a war grave. And from there the war grave, somewhere near Reading. Reading is also the place. Right now, these are the points where they will have to search that boy like Evans. And then No, it was probably a code. Code here means secret sign. Probably it was a secret sign, secret word, or and then it hit him. Newbury. God, yes, Newbury was a pretty big sort of place, but how can we get Evans there? He rapped out his orders to the driver. He rapped out here means he spoke sharply and rapidly. He spoke sharply and rapidly the orders to the driver of the car. St. Eldred's police station. Better move towards St. Eldred's police station where we can find and step on it, sir. So be quick, hurry up. So take Jackson and Stephens here. And when you get there, ask for Bell. Then Chief Inspector Bell. Got that? What the answer is given by them, just will continue in part 6 of this book when we will continue next day, that is page number 85. I mean say the remaining part of explanation of this chapter we will continue in part 6 video, next video from para 2nd, and today it's over. Thank you children.